Okay, so we are given the plant, the transfer function GS is available, and this plant is expected to respond in a very particular fashion, but it is not capable of doing so that activity on its own. Its dynamics has to be modified somehow. Then the conventional scheme by which this could be done is we will be comparing the desired inputs with the actual output, or we will be comparing the desired outcome with the actual outcome, and the error which is generated by comparison, the error that is the result of the comparison is allowed to go through another dynamic system with a transfer function GCS, and this GCS is referred to as the compensator or controller. Okay, this is referred to as the compensator or controller. Okay. And what are the things to be satisfied? What are the things to be satisfied? Once the system is modified, its static velocity error should be equal to 0, and the maximum overshoot shall be less than 17%, and the settling time should be less than 2 seconds. The given system is 40R divided by S into S plus 0.4, where R represents your roll number. Okay, and so let me select R equal to 30. Then I will be getting GS equal to 40 into 30. That means 1200 divided by S into S plus 0.4. So this is the system. Okay, this is the system under consideration. And what is the type number of the system? What is the type number of the system? Type number of the system. What is the type? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What is the type number of the system?
Type 2.
Type 2. How? How it is type 2?
S to the power 2.
S to the power of 2. What is meant by type of a system? If you have an open loop transfer function, GS is equal to some numerator polynomial divided by, say, numerator polynomial is of this kind, some a1 s raised to m plus a2 s raised to m minus 1 plus etc. divided by b1 s raised to n plus b2 s raised to n minus 1 plus etc. Then, and also if it is, there is another isolated term s raised to n, then n is called the type. Then type of the system is type number of the system. Type number of this system is equal to n. Okay, so then what is the type of the system? Hello?
Type 1, sir.
1.
It is a type 1 system. It is a type 1 system. Then, in order to ensure that a static velocity error what should be the type to ensure that static velocity error is 0? Static velocity error. If n is equal to 1, then okay, it can be proved that the static position error is equal to 0. If at least one integrator is present in the feed forward path, the static position error will be 0. Okay, so if n is greater than or equal to 1, okay, that's it. If n is greater than or equal to 1, then it can be proved that a static velocity error is equal to 0. That means if the feed forward path contains at least one integrator, okay, then the static position error will be 0. It can be proved. Okay, and you have a okay, then if n is greater than or equal to 2, then static velocity error will be equal to 0. That means if the feed forward path contains many indicators, then the static velocity error is equal to 0. Okay, so let us consider this one. Here the type is only 1. Okay, type number is 1. And but the system, after compensation or after adding controller, okay, in order to ensure that the static velocity error is 0, what should be the type? What should be the type? After what should be the type of, see, oh yeah, what is the feed forward transfer function after adding the controller? After adding controller, what is the feed forward path transfer function? Hello? Are you alive?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What is the transfer function of the feed forward path of the system? Which one is the feed forward path? Hello? Which one is the feedback path?
GS controller and sub GS.
Yeah, controller and this path, the path which in which the path which contains the controller and the planned, that is the feed forward path, and this one is the feedback path. Okay, you know it. Okay, so therefore, what is the feed forward path? Feed forward path transfer function is equal to GS into GCS. Okay, GS into GCS. After adding controller, the transfer for the feed forward path is equal to GCS into GS. And so in order that, okay, for ESSV to be equal to 0, okay, type number of, what should be the type number? Type number of the feed forward paths, that is GCS into GS, should be equal to 2. Should be equal to 2. Okay. Okay. And so what is the controller? So let us try whether, suppose that we simply add a proportional controller. Okay. So let us take a proportional controller. For a proportional controller, laptop, touch screen.
എനിക്കൊന്ന് വേണം, ഞാൻ പഠിപ്പിക്കാൻ ഭയങ്കര പാടുപെടുന്നു.
സാറത് അടച്ച് അത് കാശ് കൊടുത്തൊന്നും വാങ്ങണം.
എത്ര രൂപയ്ക്ക്?
വിലയൊന്നും വലിയ കൂടുതലൊന്നുമില്ല. ഒരു
ഇത് നമ്മള് എനിക്ക് ലാപ്ടോപ്പ് ഉണ്ട് നല്ലൊരെണ്ണം.
അതുകൊണ്ട് ഇത് പറ്റില്ലല്ലോ, ഇത് എഴുതാൻ പറ്റത്തില്ലല്ലോ. ഇതിപ്പം പിള്ളേർ ക്ലാസ്സിലാണ്. Okay, so suppose that we are going to add, so by adding a proportional controller, let us try whether these requirements can be satisfied or not. So then what will be the overall transfer function? Overall transfer function of the feed forward path will be GCS into GS, and the feed for, this one is having a transfer function GKP, and a transfer function of the other part, the plant is 1200 divided by S into S plus 0.4. What is the type number of, after adding proportional controller, what is the type number? I will add.
Type 2, sir.
Type 2, how? Tell me how it is a type 2. S is raised to what power?
1, sir. Type 1, sir. 1
Type
power.
one,
It is
type
still
one.
type 1.
Type
It is
one.
still a type 1. Okay, after adding proportional controller, the type still remains 1. Then can you satisfy the design criteria using only proportional controller?
No, sir.
No. So therefore, proportional controller cannot satisfy satisfy the design requirements. Okay. So you have to go for another one. Okay. So what is the next natural option? The next natural option is PI controller. For a PI controller, the transfer function is equal to Kp plus Ki by S. Okay. So let us take this one. Okay. Let us try whether the design, the demand, whether the demand can be satisfied by using a PI controller or not. Okay. So then what is the transfer function then? The feed forward path transfer function will be Kp plus Ki by S, that is GCS, multiplied by GS, which is 1200 divided by S into S plus 0.4. And okay, this can be simplified. Okay, you can simplify this part. Okay, you can simplify this part. This is equal to Kps plus Ki divided by S into 1200 divided by S into S plus 0.4. Okay, so that means 1200 into Kps plus Ki divided by S square into S plus 0.4. Okay. So therefore, we can see that what is the type number after adding PI controller?
Type 2, sir.
Yeah, after adding PI controller, type becomes 2. Therefore, yeah, okay, since the type number becomes 2, type becomes 2. Okay, you can see that ESSV is guaranteed to be equal to 0. Okay, ESSV will be 0. Then with the PI controller, what is the transfer function? What is the characteristic equation? What is the characteristic equation? The characteristic equation. What is the characteristic equation? Characteristic equation general expression is 1 plus open loop transfer function. Okay, 1 plus open loop function is equal to 0. This is the characteristic equation. Okay, 1 plus GCS into GS is the characteristic. The characteristic equation. Okay. So what is that 1 plus? Okay, this is GCS into GS is this. Therefore, characteristic equation is 1 plus this figure. Okay, 1 plus 200 into Kps plus Ki divided by S square into S plus 0.4 equal to 0. And you can cross multiply, simplifying it, you will get S square into S plus 0.4 plus 1200 Kps plus 1200 Ki equal to 0. That means S cube plus 0.4 S square, 0.4 S square plus 1200 Kps plus 1200 Ki equal to 0. Okay. And now, what do you think? Can you control a system with such a character by tuning the controller parameters. What are the controller parameters here? What are the parameters of the controller? What are the parameters of, hello? Yes. What are the controller parameters in this case?
KP and KI.
KP and KI. By controlling KP and KI, can you control all the roots of this equation? Can you control all the roots of this equation? See, it is a third order system. Okay. It is a third order equation. It is a third order equation. And how many roots are there for a third order equation? How many roots?
3 roots.
Yeah, a third order equation will be having 3 roots. And how many control parameters are available?
2 parameters.
Only 2 control parameters are available. Okay. By using these control parameters, you can control this coefficient. You can also control, okay, you can also control these 2 coefficients. 2 coefficients can be controlled by controlling K. Okay, that means it is not possible to control all the 3 roots of the equation. In order that all the 3 roots of the equation are controllable or are adjustable, then it should be possible to control all the coefficients. So, but in this case, there is no way to control, okay, the coefficient of the square term. The coefficient of the square term will be always equal to 0.4, and we don't have any control over it. Okay, so therefore, with only PI controller, okay, you cannot ensure that the design requirement can be satisfied, because controllability requires that all the roots of the characteristic equation are controllable or adjustable. That is not possible in this case. Why? Because the system is a third order equation, and hence it will be having 3 roots. Okay, 3 roots, but there are only 2 control parameters. With the 2 control parameters, we can control only 2 coefficients. Okay, in general, if there is an nth order equation, if there is an nth order system, nth order equation, or nth order system, or say nth order equation, let us say an nth order characteristic equation, nth order characteristic equation, then in order that the system is completely controllable, okay, all the n coefficients should be controllable. If n coefficients of an nth order characteristic equation is controllable, then the system is completely controllable. Then the system is completely controllable. Okay, so therefore, what we can see that, okay, it is not possible to have complete control over the system, okay, using only PI controller. Then what is the natural option? We will have to go for PID controller. Okay, with the PID controller, what will be the open loop transfer? Hello? With the PID controller, the open loop transfer function will be Kp plus Ki by S plus Kd into S. Then you have GS, which is 1002 by S into S plus 0.4. And you can simplify. Okay, when you simplify, you are getting this is equal to Kd into S square plus Kp into S plus Ki multiplied by, okay, so then you have 1200 divided by S square into S plus 0.4. Okay, so all the objectives are satisfied. Type number is 2. So static velocity error 0. Okay, we don't have to worry about static velocity error. It will be automatically 0. And yeah, other things are also satisfied. Then you can find out the formula to the characteristic equation. What is the characteristic equation? The characteristic equation is 1 plus GCS into GS equal to 0. That is equal to you can see that 1 plus, and when you do that, you are getting s cube plus 0.4 s square plus 1200 kd s square plus 1200 kps plus 1200 ki equal to 0. This is the characteristic equation, and you can simplify s cube. S square terms can be grouped 1200 kd plus 0. S square plus 1200 kps plus 1200 ki is equal to 0. Okay, and you can see that we have three tunable parameters kp, ki, and kd are the tunable parameters or adjustable parameters, and by controlling kp or ki, by modifying kd, it is possible to control the coefficient of s square, and by modifying kp, it is possible to control coefficient of s term, and by modifying ki, it is possible to control the coefficient of the constant term. So this way, three coefficients can be controlled, and since three coefficients can be controlled, and third order system, it means that all the three roots of the system can be controlled, and therefore PID controller can be used in this case. PID controller can satisfy these requirements. Okay. Now, what are the things to be satisfied? What are the things to be satisfied? The things to be satisfied are the settling time should be less than or equal to 2 seconds, and the maximum overshoot shall be less than or equal to 17%. And what we will do is that we will assume that even after adding controller, the system will remain approximately second order. Okay, and that is the assumption we are going to make. Okay, we will assume that even after adding controller, the system will remain approximately a second order system. And what is the advantage for a second order system? Ready-made equations are available for settling time and maximum overshoot. Okay, made. Okay, we will assume that. Okay, we assume that even after adding the controller, the system behaves approximately second order. Okay, then what is the expression for the settling time? Expression for settling time is 4 divided by epsilon omega n, and this is equal to 2, which is given. And the maximum overshoot, what is the expression? Maximum overshoot expression is, e raised by 5, and you can find these values, or else this is equal to e raised to minus pi epsilon divided by square root of 1 minus epsilon square. And this is available 0.17 or 17%. You can use, and you will get epsilon as equal to approximately 0.48. Okay, it is 0.48, I think. Epsilon is 0.48, and omega n is equal to 4.16. Okay, 4.16. Then what is the characteristic equation of the second order system? The CE of the second order system is what is the CE of the second order system? S square plus 2 epsilon omega ns plus omega n square equal to 0. This is the second order system characteristic equation. That means S square plus 2 into 0.48 into 4.16 plus 4.16 square is equal to 0. And here we will make approximations. So this is a square, and this is almost, I think it is 4 itself, okay, into S. It is for us, okay, approximately for us. Approximately, we are approximating this figure to the nearest integer. This figure is also rounded to the nearest integer. That will be 17. So a square plus 4s plus 17 equal to 0. And we will find out the roots of this equation. The roots of this equation are -4 plus or minus square root of 16 minus 17 into 4 divided by 2. And okay, you can see that the roots are complex conjugates. The roots are complex conjugates. Okay, so you can find out the roots by calculation. And what are the roots? You will get it is equal to -2 plus or minus. Okay, you will get it. This is 4. This much. Okay, so it is S is equal to -2 plus or minus j root 30. Okay, this will be, these are the roots of the roots of the second order equation. Okay, and now you consider the okay. So we will select this set of roots as the dominant closed loop poles of the system after adding controller. After adding controller, how many roots are there for the system? After adding controller, how many roots are there in total? Somebody?
3 roots.
Hello?
3 roots.
There are 3 roots. Okay. Okay. And we will assume that, okay, two of the roots of the system after adding controller are at these 2 locations. Okay, 2 of the roots of the system after adding controller are at these locations. And then, okay, there is a third root also, and we will place the third root far away from this root, from these roots. And what is the advantage? If a root is placed far away from this root, then the influence of the added roots on the performance of the system will be almost negligible. Okay, so that's it. That means if you sketch the real part of roots versus imaginary part of the roots, and you can see that this root is at -2. Okay, you have that root at say -2. Okay, and if we place the third root at a location far away from this root, okay, so that means very far away, say somewhere here it is -2, okay, and assume that I am placing my third root at -20, so that it is 10 times, see, so there is a significant it is a far away, it is far away from and then what is advantage? This one, the added root will be contributing a term e raised to -20t response of the system, and e raised to -20t will die out very fast. Very fast. It will die out very fast. Or else if you sketch say t versus say if we sketch e raised minus t is like this, then e minus 2t will be like this, e raised to minus 2t. E raised to minus 40 will be like this, e raised to minus 40 will be like this, and e raised to minus 10t will be like this, e raised to minus 10t. So if e raised to minus 20t is taken, okay, what is happening? It will be dying out very fast. It will be dying out very fast. It will be dying out very fast. So that influence of the added pole onto system performance is very negligible. And this kind of compensation, or this that means we will select that, we will assume that these 2 are the dominant poles of the system. Okay, we will assume that these 2 are the dominant pole pairs of the system. Why they are called dominant Paul pairs? Because the dynamic performance of the almost completely dominated by these two poles, and other poles are having hardly any influence or negligible influence on the system performance or system dynamic performance. That is why these poles are called dominant pole pairs. Okay, because of the system behavior is almost completely decided by the dominant pole pairs. Okay, not by other pairs. So I hope that point is clear. And this method of a controller design is actually dominant pole pair based method of a controller design. Okay, and with these roots, we know with these roots, we know the characteristic equation. In order that the characteristic equation or one factor in the characteristic equation has to be equal to s square plus 4s plus 17. Okay, if one factor in the characteristic equation is s square 4s plus 17, okay, then naturally the roots will be the dominant pole pairs, the selected dominant pole pairs. Then you have to add a third pole, because why? After adding controller, the system is becoming altogether a third order system. Okay, system is becoming altogether a third order system. So therefore, we have to add a third pole. The third pole is to be located. What is a thumb rule for selecting the third rule? Third root. Yeah. Third root is or the insignificant poles are selected. Say 5 times the real part of the dominant pole pairs. Here 5 times means 5 into minus 2, 10. So therefore, s equal to minus 10, you can place it at s equal to minus 10, that is enough. Okay, but we will be placing it at 10 times minus 2. 10 times minus 2 means minus 20. That means we will be placing the third pole at s equal to minus 20. Okay, so s equal to minus 20 means what factor will give rise to s equal to minus 20? S plus 20. And this will be the, okay, so this will be the characteristic equation. Okay, and this can be simplified. Simplifying s cube 4s square plus 20s square, 24s square plus 80s plus 17s, 97s plus 17 into 2, 340 is equal to 0. Okay. This is the desired characteristic equation. This is the desired characteristic equation. The desired characteristic equation is this. This is the desired characteristic equation. And after adding controller, what is the characteristic equation? After adding controller, what is the characteristic equation? This is the characteristic equation. Okay. So let me rewrite that. Okay. So this is the after with the controller with the PID controller, the CE is s cube plus what time is coming here? What 1200 KD plus 0.4. Okay, yeah. 1200 KD plus 0.4 s square plus 97s plus, sorry, not 97s, plus 1200 kps plus 1200 ki equal to 0. Let me rewrite it again using a different color. S cube plus 1200 kd plus 0.4 s square plus 1200 kps plus 1200 ki equal to 0. Now, by comparing the desired characteristic equation, Okay, the decided characteristic equation. With the characteristic equation, after adding PID controller, you can find out the values of Kp, Ki, and Kd. Okay, see here, yeah, the coefficient of S square in the decided equation is 24, and the coefficient of S square in the here it is 1200 Kd plus 0.4. Compare, you will get a Kd. 1200 Kd plus 0.4 is equal to 24. And from this you will get Kd. And what is Kd? Calculate and tell me what is the value of Kd. Tell me.
0.0196.
0.019 means 0.02. Okay. And then, so coefficient of S is 1200 Kp. 1200 Kp, and here that is 97. So what is Kp? What is Kp?
0.08.
0.08. And 1200 Ki is equal to 340. And what is Ki?
0.28.
Point?
28.
0.28.
Yes, sir.
Yes?
0.28.
0.28. Okay. So therefore, these are the decided controller parameters. Kp equal to this much 0.08, Kd equal to 0.02, and Ki is equal to 0.28. Then you have to formulate the system overall transfer function of the system. Overall transfer function of the system is equal to the transfer function in the feed forward path. Transfer function in the feed forward path is this one, divided by 1 plus, okay, transfer function of the feedback path, that is 1 into transfer function of the feed forward path. Okay, this is the fundamental formula. And you can, GCS is, it is Kp plus Ki plus Kd square into 1200 divided by S into S plus 0.4 divided by 1 plus Kp plus Ki by S plus Kd S. No, sorry, it is not Kd square, it is Kds. Into 1000 divided by S into S plus 0.4. And that is equal to, simplifying it, you have 1200 into Kd square plus Kps plus Ki divided by, you can simplify these things and you will get what is it? S into S plus 0.4 plus 1200, sorry, S square into S plus 0.4 into 1200 Kp Kd square, okay, Kps and that is equal to 1200 K square plus Kps plus Ki divided by plus 1200 Kd plus 0.4 Kd plus 0.4 S square plus 1200 Kps plus 1200 Ki. Okay, that's it. And you can make the substitutions. You can make substitutions. What is Kd? Kd is 0.02. What is Kp? 0.08. And what is Ki? 0.28. Okay. Yeah, these substitutions can be made, and upon making substitutions, what you are getting, 1200 into 0.02 into S square plus 0.08 into S plus 0.28 divided by, actually this term is S cube plus this term. This term will be exactly same as this term. This one. Okay. Because that is the denominator of the transfer function. Denominator of the transfer function, when it is expressed in numerator by denominator, where numerator and denominator are polynomials, okay, then the denominator is the characteristic equation. So this will be that. S cube plus 24S square plus 97S plus 340. Or else we can also find it out by making replacements. S cube plus 24S square plus 97S plus 340. And the numerator is 1200 into, so the first one is 24S square. And the next one is okay,
96S.
97. It will be actually 97. Okay, maybe you can take it. Minor changes doesn't cause any problems at all. Okay, then the last term is
3360.
3. That means that will be actually 340. This term. Okay. Divided by S cube plus 24S square plus 97S plus 340. So this is the system after adding controller, and then you can go to Scilab for simulating it.
Sir, last term 3360.
360.
3360.
How that is possible? 20.
Sir, 1200 into 0.28.
So 336.
Hello?
336.
336.
336, we are rounding it as 340. Why? Because actually we have made some approximations. Okay. You can see this is actually an approximation. See, okay. This is actually an approximation 0.28. See that the factor. See this one. These figures will be anyhow coming. Okay, so even if you take it as 336, no problem. Okay, which value you prefer, you can use that. Okay, no problem. Even with the 336 too, it will work. Okay. You can take, for example, that as 0.3, then it is 360. Okay. Then what to do? Go to Scilab. Scilab Cloud. And select the main category. Control system subcategory, textbook Pagata, chapter, transient and steady state response, select example, unit step response, SCADA. Okay, and here to see what actually it is giving, so it is giving what transfer function you simulate, you delete this one and this one and execute. Okay, and what situation, what it is simulating? See that the numerator is ended. When numerator is ended this way, you are getting this as the numerator. Okay, Okay, so therefore make modifications accordingly. What is the modification? We require 24, 97, 340. Okay. This is 24. 97, 340. And then denominator is 124, 97, 340. 24, 97. And this, then 340. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can see that you are satisfied. And what is the maximum overshoot here? What is the maximum overshoot?
1.15.
0.15
1.15.
approximately. Yeah, so it is 15%. What was the target? What was the target?
Less than 17.
Less than
Less than 17. So that objective is satisfied. And what is the settling time? And 2 seconds. Okay. Okay.
yes, sir.
Yeah. So therefore, our design objective is satisfied. System is type 2 system. So static velocity error, you don't have to worry. So our objective is satisfied. So what is the next procedure? You know what to do with the next thing. You know. Okay. So let me close it. And let me go back to our classroom and you know how to submit it, okay? How to submit it. How to submit? The link for submission will be created soon. Yeah, I will show you your submissions. Okay, typical submissions I will show you. This is previous experiment. You know how to submit it. Okay, so this is the way to submit your experiment. Okay, and you know how to do it. And you have your own templates available, so an extra template is not required for this particular experiment, and so you can use the same templates. Okay, so I hope everything is clear. Okay, I hope everything is clear. And you can check, okay, this is from Scilab. And what time you can submit? What time you can make submission? What is the actual experiment is this one. And here R represents your roll number. So it varies from person to person. Okay. And in the submissions, you should also include one more thing. Okay, Yeah, with the PI controller, the response with the PI controller, the values of P and I you are mentioning. Okay. Okay. So any doubts? Okay, I hope things are clear.
Sir,
Yes.
hello, sir.
Yes.
So we have to add PI also.
No. You see what we have seen. We have seen that a PI controller cannot satisfy the design specification. Okay, for meeting the design, the given specification, PI controller cannot. PI controller is cannot satisfy the given requirements. PID controller is required. We have seen that when we add a PI controller, the only two coefficients can be controlled. For complete controllability, we have seen that the system, if the system characteristic equation happens to be third order, complete controllability requires that at least we should be able to. It should be possible for controlling three coefficients. Okay, and that is not possible with the only PI controller in this case. Okay.
Okay, sir.
But for the examination, you will also have to add the steps. Okay, why you selected PID controller? Okay, you started with the P and you have seen that P can't meet the requirements. Then you selected the next higher option PI and seen that PI cannot do the activity. Then we went for PID. Okay. Okay, so at what time we can submit?
So before 10 a.m. tomorrow?
Before 10 a.m. tomorrow, you have to make submissions. If you have any specific queries, you can ask, else you can leave one after the other.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, in desired characteristic equation, how we choose another root is plus 20, minus 20.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Hello.
How you will select?
Yes, sir. In desired characteristic equation, how we choose the third root? The first
Third
root is
root,
imaginary, but the third root.
That means the criteria is your criteria is you selected the third root far away from the dominant root, okay, or dominant root, and for that you select you take for that the real part of the dominant pole pairs. So let the real part of the dominant pole pair is equal to minus P. Okay. Okay. Assume that it is, or I'll say simply it is equal to P. So let us select it as minus P. Then, the third pole, locate third pole, at a locate the third pole at a location beyond or at minus 5p. For example, in our case, the dominant pole pairs add the real part minus 2. Okay. Then the third pole can be located anywhere beyond, at or beyond 5 times minus 2. Minus 2 means minus 10. Okay. So if you are selecting, if you are putting it at 5 times, then the third root is far away, reasonably far away from the significant root or dominant pole pairs. And if a root is far away, then far away from the origin, its influence on the dynamics will be very negligibly small compared to the dominant pole pairs. Applied, and in our case, we have placed it at 10 times minus 2, that means minus 20. Okay, the requirement is you have to place it at a location beyond or at a minus 5p, but in our case we have placed it at a minus 10 times minus 2, that means at a minus 20. Okay, is it clear, Amit?
Yes, sir.
Sir, sir, how minus 2 will come, sir?
Hello? Minus 2. Minus 2 is the real part of the root of the real part of the dominant pole pairs.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. So,
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
real part of the dominant pole pair. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So I hope it is clear. And so anyhow, I will be as today's actually today my voice was not coming in a reasonably good way. I don't know the reason. Maybe occasionally it happens. Today I don't think. Maybe my language was not of the usual quality. Okay. I don't know the reason anyhow. Okay. Okay. Anyhow, I will be sharing it. Okay, then you can leave one of there. And if you have
Thank you,
queries,
sir.
you can. If you have queries, you can ask. And those having queries can continue. Others can leave. Check attendance.